United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. While the room will be open to the public, due to the size of the meeting room and social distancing requirements, no more than 30 attendees other than county staff will be allowed in the room at one time. Per the Governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia, Executive Order 63, all persons over the age of 5 that do not have a precluding medical condition are asked to wear a face cover. So, Mr. Bolster, are you going to brief us on the advertised budget?
I'll just go over the agenda report that's included in your packet. As you recall, 2 weeks ago, staff requested consideration of advertising the draft budget and the public hearing notice. That was completed in the News Gazette on April 7th and April 14th. Since that meeting, there's been no changes to the budget. Tonight's public hearing represents the board's 6th public meeting involving the proposed FY2022 budget. After every presentation, I upload that document to the county website, so it is available. It's in chronological order to include the advertisement that was requested April 5th. Following tonight's public hearing, the last step in the budget process as far as public meetings is the budget adoption meeting, and that's currently scheduled for next Monday. We've got it on the agenda starting at 6 o'clock. Of course, if there's any public hearings, it'll be after the public hearings. With that, staff is available if there's any questions on what's being proposed tonight or presented tonight for public comment.
Okay. Is there any comment from the board members at this time?
Would this be an appropriate time to read the COIA statement, Ms. Huffman?
Yes, sir.
I'll just do that now that I've interrupted, Mr. Chair. As my wife is an employee of the Rockbridge County School Board, I have a personal interest in the consideration and adoption of the budget under the Conflict of Interest Act. However, I'm not disqualified from participation in the adoption of the county budget. My disclosure statement is on file with the clerk to the Board of Supervisors.
Okay. Mr. Day?
Mr. Chairman, I also fall into the same situation. My wife works for the school board, and I've signed my form. It's on file.
Okay.
Mr.
Ms.
Chair,
Ayers?
yes. As an employee of Force Swimming, I have a personal interest in the consideration and adoption of the budget under the Conflict of Interest Act. However, I'm not disqualified from participation in the adoption of the county budget. My disclosure statement required under Virginia Code 22-3115F is on file with the clerk to the Board of Supervisors.
Okay. And as my wife is a part-time employee of the Rockbridge Area Health Center, I have a personal interest in the consideration and adoption of the budget under the Conflict of Interest Act. However, I'm not disqualified from participation in the adoption of the county budget. My disclosure statement required under Virginia Code 2.2-3115F is on file with the clerk to the Board of Supervisors. So, hearing no other discussion, we will take citizens' comments on the advertised 2022 budget. To make a comment, please follow these guidelines. For those physically present, sign up to speak on the public hearing sign-up sheet. Once your name is called, address the board from the podium, beginning by clearly stating your name, magisterial district, and provide the board with your comments. For those attending remotely, either by phone or Zoom, to join by telephone, you may dial into one of the numbers listed on the county website. Web ID and password are there for your convenience. Citizens wishing to simply view the meeting live or after the fact can do so on the Rockbridge County Board of Supervisors YouTube channel available on the county website. If you wish to make a citizen comment as a Zoom meeting participant, you will use the raise your hand feature. You can press the raise your hand button on the bottom of your Zoom window or press *9 if you're calling in by telephone. For all comments, either in person or remotely, please do not expect the board to respond to questions or engage in a dialogue. If you have questions, please ensure that you have entered your contact information on the citizen comment sign-up sheet and staff will do their best to respond to your questions as soon as possible. Citizens are respectfully requested to limit their comments to 3 minutes. The timer is located on the podium and will start when you begin your comments. For those physically present, the light on the timer will stay green until 30 seconds remain in the allotted 3 minutes. It will then turn yellow and then red when your time expires. For those speaking remotely, I will inform you when your 3 minutes have elapsed. Doug, have you signed up to make public comment? Okay. Is there anybody that signed up?
Do we need to open the public hearing?
Yeah. At this time, at 6:08, we'll open the public hearing. Has anybody signed up?
Sir?
Has
Has anybody contacted us remotely?
We have one attendee, but they do not
Okay,
want to make a comment, so.
okay.
And somebody else?
I will also point out that we typically, we will take any written comments or verbal comments
Okay.
from this, from residents in that time period, and we have not received any.
Then at this time, we will close the public hearing and we'll open for board discussion. I think Mr. Bolster and our finance committee, Mr. McDaniel, Mr. Lewis did an outstanding job. I know it takes a tremendous amount of time and it always is a challenge to produce a very good budget and to be able to hold our ground and not increase real estate tax is exceptional during these times. And I thank everyone for their hard work on the budget. Any other comments? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
And a second. Mr. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Day?
Yes.
Ms. Harris?
Yes.
Mr. McDaniel?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, and we are adjourned.